Hi there guys, so about 6 years ago I had a lovely run-in with my ex-girlfriend's dad. It was another traumatic episode to add to my existing awkward experiences. So it was my girlfriend's birthday. She got very drunk and I decided to take her home on a night out. We got to her house and found that her dad was not there and in fact was out himself. So I thought I'd stay there with her until he got back. We ended up in her room and we started to fool around for a bit, but we couldn't really do anything as she was getting pretty tired and she was still drunk, and I'm not the sort of guy to take advantage of that situation. So we stopped and I offered to leave, but she persisted on me staying with her. I said to her we have to stop because also of the fact that I had never met her dad before and this won't look good for him to see me in her daughter's bed for the first time. Half naked. Anyway, so we both fell asleep for a few minutes, but then woke up to the sound of the front door slamming and the sound of her dad coming back home from his night out. And he sounded very drunk himself. I said to her, crap, your dad's back and I'm in your bed half naked. This is not going to look good. I've got to get dressed. But she constantly reminded me, it'll be fine, her dad's cool, it won't be a problem, we'll deal with it in the morning. I reluctantly agreed until her dad called her name from downstairs. Jane! Jane! By the way, her name's not Jane. Jane! You upstairs? At this moment I thought, crap, what do I do? Crap, Jane, say something! No, wait, pretend you're asleep. We said nothing and her dad ended up coming upstairs. I literally panicked and the only thing that I could think of was to jump out of bed in my boxers and to hide somewhere. I did that slow motion thing you see in the movies where time came to a standstill and I looked for places to hide. I looked out of the window but it was so dark to see and there was no ledge to stand on. I looked into her wardrobe but it was full of her crap and there was no room for me. The only logical place that came to my mind was behind her bed. So I kneeled behind the bed and I heard her dad make his way up the stairs one step at a time. It was an agonising wait. Just shut up and pretend I'm not here. He made his way to the door. Jane.
Oh, hi Dad.
You alright?
Sorry, I fell asleep.
That's alright. How was your night?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah? Nice one, Jane. I'm sorry, Jane. This conversation went on for about 10 minutes with him rabbiting on and me crouching behind the bed and him not seeing me. I thought to myself, please don't come into the room or even sit on the bed because if he sees me, things aren't going to go down very well. After their mammoth of a conversation, he finally went back downstairs. I got up and said to her, Jane, what the hell are we going to do? Your dad has clearly seen that you're alone. This is not going to look good. But once again, she reassured me her dad won't mind and it'll be sorted in the morning. I didn't really agree to this, so I ended up carefully and quietly putting back on my phone. But her bloody floorboards were so creaky that her dad heard me from downstairs and shouted, Jane, who's up there with you?
Andy?
Right, that's it. He's got to go. So at this moment, I'm crapping myself. So I thought as protection, it would be a great idea for Jane to come along with me. But she was still a bit drunk and delirious. Jane, you've got to come with me.
Andy, it's fine.
Jane!
It's fine. I just,
Great. So I carefully walked downstairs trying to think of an excuse to use, but her dad was nowhere to be seen. I got down to the very last step, looked round the corner and he marched right up to me with a massive bread knife in his hand. Don't you ever disrespect me in my house ever again. And I don't want you going in my daughter's bedroom. The only story that I could possibly come up with was, whoa, I was just in the toilet, I was just in a little poo, I didn't even hear you. No, you're lying to me, and I don't like lies. Do I make myself clear? Yeah, it's cool, just calm down. Alright then. Now shake my hand. I thought at this point, does he really want to shake my hand or does he want to plough that 10-inch knife straight into me? So I shook his hand, but leaning back at the same time. Good, now there's the door, now get out of here. I opened the door and I skipped out of that door like I've never skipped before. So there we go. And that is how that story went down. And bearing in mind, that was the first time I have ever met her dad. And first impressions always count. Yeah, it was pretty awkward after that. the relationship didn't last long. So what have I learned from this all? Make sure the girl doesn't live at home with her parents. It's a complete nightmare. So have you had any first time awkward encounters with your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents? Let us know down below and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Click here to subscribe. You know you want to. Don't forget to watch my previous video. Oh, and if you're into that whole social media thing, follow me on Twitter or just friend me on Facebook. You know, you don't have to. Okay, bye.